Hello there everyone, my name is Mathew McKenna and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to react to Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. I realized it's been literally over a year since I did my Dua Lipa reaction video where I did like a general reaction to her. So I'm actually pretty keen to jump into this and see maybe how she's changed as an artist, what she's putting out now. I also realized that my video from last week went up at 2 AM like on New Year's Day, so literally 2 hours into the new year, in my time zone at least. And that was completely unplanned. You can ask my editor Billy, who will tell you that I literally messaged the day of being like, oh, we're uploading a video tonight. I forgot about that. So I should have said it then, but I didn't, and I will say it now. Happy New Year. I hope everything has been wonderful for you. I hope Christmas was great. I hope New Year's was great. And now I'm actually genuinely kind of excited to be in a new year and a new decade. And I hope that a lot of what you want is in store for you this year. One of the things I am most excited about is the fact that very, very soon, my first ever song will be being released. I'm just waiting for a little bit of paperwork and stuff. It's actually completely finished and done. It's ready to go. There's just a little bit of back-end work on it. So that's amazing and also kind of terrifying. But anyway, let's get on to the video. Before we start though, if you're new here, make sure you click subscribe and enable notifications so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. Alright, so this is Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. Sorry to pause straight away, but I'm just gonna presume that this is like a club song given the setting. I could be wrong, but we'll see. So I feel like that was the start of, or maybe the end of like some sort of fight done in a weird point of view shot. I'm assuming that this video is gonna have some sort of story to it where it kind of shows how the night got to this point. Also, I do want to say I don't know if I've ever seen a music video that starts like that and then flashes back to something like 5 hours earlier or whatever. That's interesting. It's a cool way to tell a story if that's what they're going for. Thinking about the way I was with the heart. So like I said, it's been a while since I've listened to Dua Lipa. I am not sure if I'm incorrect here, but I feel like her voice sounds different here. It doesn't quite sound like what I remember. I mean, maybe that could just be because it's been a long time, but it doesn't really sound familiar. Has she changed her like voice style at all or vocal tone? Or am I just crazy? That's also a possible solution, not gonna lie. Baby, but look at where I am. I am also super digging that bass guitar. It's so funky. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. So just based off of that line there, the so moved on, it's scary, I'm gonna guess that this is a song about like being over a partner or maybe an ex-partner. And the next thing I'm gonna say isn't necessarily relevant to Dua Lipa, but I do find it kind of funny whenever anyone tells me like is so adamant, they're like, I'm over him, I'm over them, I don't even care, I'm over them. I'm like, yeah, but that kind of communicates a different message, I'm not gonna lie. Please don't roast me for that. I'm just joking, don't hurt me. Don't show up, don't come out. I find this really cool and I'm just glad it's a trend. And that is when songs like have drops that actually kind of remove things from the song, if that makes sense. So like there was actually quite a few layers going on leading up to that. There was just a lot going on and a lot of sound. And then when they go to the drop, it actually removes that, which is cool because it still gives this like very full sound, but it sounds so different and it's a little jarring in a good way. I like it. I'm glad that it's a thing. And I think it works really well for a song like this as well. Walk away, you know how. I like that line of like, walk away, you know how. There's a nice little dig in there of like, yeah, you know how to leave because you do it all the time, huh? It took some time to survive you. Oh, that's a cool line. The line of like, it took... I've paused this on a very uncomfortable frame, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm having a staring contest with this painting right now. That's so unnerving. Like imagine just trying to say a point and just having this stare at you. Oh, that's making me genuinely uncomfortable. What's wrong with me? Hold on. Alright, let's just get off the frame. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, it took some time to survive you. That's a cool lyric because like it kind of gives this idea of like, I mean, if you are gonna get over someone or even like if you're in a bad relationship and you want to get past that, it does take time and it takes some work on yourself to kind of get to a point where you're fine. And acknowledging that is a good thing. It's a very healthy thing. So I appreciate hearing a lyric like that. What is up with the weird imagery? That's so... that makes me uncomfortable too. Don't show up. Don't come out. Okay, I think I'm starting to get the meaning of this song. And maybe I'm completely wrong. What I'm getting is this idea that like a partner is maybe like only doing things or being positive or like showing up and being present when they are scared of losing her. And that's something that's very common. I feel like in a lot of relationships, people are just only good and only do good things when they know that there's a risk of losing their partner. Otherwise, they just become perfectly complacent and willing to just coast along. And that's just not a very good environment, and it doesn't really foster positivity. So maybe that's the idea of like, don't start now. It's like, well, I mean, you haven't been doing these things before, so, you know, don't start them now if you're not going to commit to actually doing these things. I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. Don't start caring about me now. Yeah, it definitely seems like that, because it's like, don't start caring about me now. I'm gonna get into a little bit of an unrelated rant here, just for a second. This is like relevant to how I feel about Valentine's Day. I feel like a lot of people use Valentine's Day as an excuse to like justify not being that great to their partner in the long term, because it's like, oh, I had this one day where I was really nice to you, so that's all that matters, right? And I find that really strange. Like, maybe a crazy idea is just be good to your partner always. Don't just wait for one day to use as an excuse to be nice, right? You don't have to wait for February 14th to like get your partner a gift or like give him a nice cuddle and kiss. You can be a good partner all the time, and you should be a good partner all the time. I know that that's not really relevant to this song. I just popped into my head, and now I made you listen to it. Damn, I appreciate those violins, eh? I'm a sucker for violin. I like that they're introducing more stuff into this as well. It'd be really cool if they like introduced those elements that they had in that little pre-chorus, like the violin, some of the synths, you know, the bass guitar line, although that's already in the chorus, but all that other stuff that they're doing, if they put that into the next chorus, because I'm assuming it's going to be the last chorus, that'd be really cool. That'd be really interesting. That makes me happy. Is that a glockenspiel? It literally sounded like a glockenspiel, or maybe like a woodblock or something. But see, that's cool. Like, they've taken all these elements that have been present throughout the song and then done like a big drop using them all as callbacks. That's pretty cool. I appreciate that decision. Yeah, I appreciated that. I will say I didn't quite understand what the whole like pushing down at the start of the thing and then 5 hours earlier was. Like, I didn't get that story, but I did feel like I understood the meaning of the song, and that's important. Yeah, overall I enjoyed that, and I can see why it's so popular, because it is also very catchy. And it's definitely a club song, but it's like a club song with some substance, and that's always nice. I can actually imagine myself dancing to this. It's not a pretty sight. I'm not a very good dancer, so count yourself lucky. I really want to hear what you have to say though. Do you like Dua Lipa? Did you like that song? Do you like Dua Lipa and you didn't like that song? Do you agree or disagree with what I've said? Was I like way off the mark with the meaning of the song? I'm always keen to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to click that like button. And as always, have an awesome time until I see you next. See ya.